Finally, the time has come for me to reveal my top picks for Miss Universe Philippines this year! After following them for 2 months and seeing them up close and personal in a lot of events, I am ready to share my thoughts as to who I think should win Miss Universe Philippines. Actually guys, I see 7 girls in contention for this title this year. Sino-sino sila? But before that, as I film this, grabe guys, my heart is so super kilig and overjoyed right now as I see our very own Catriona Gray finally reuniting or meeting her fellow Miss Universe sisters in a special dinner arranged by the Miss Universe Philippines organization. Happening right now in Okada, Manila. And have you seen Catriona's reaction when she finally saw Harnas for the first time? Para lang mga long-lost sisters or best friends na hindi nakita for such a long time. Grabe guys. Nakakaiyak because we all had been thinking this would never happen. But it did! And as you can see with all the viral footages uploaded by Sir Jonas on social media, hindi talaga nauubusan ng salita si Catriona even just by going up to her fellow queens. Sana no, Catriona can watch the finals later too, no? Grabe, imagine 5 Miss Universe title holders in our country right now. This only happens very rare. Ay, nakakaiyak sobra, my heart. But, back to regular programming guys. Who will be the next Miss Universe Philippines? In my opinion, here we go. At number 16 is Isabel Lopez from Mandaue City. This woman has been exceeding all my expectations in Miss Universe Philippines as it's so easy to dismiss her because of her height. However, she has been such a firecracker in her outings lately. From the moment she uploaded her headshot for the first challenge all the way to her confident runway skills and out-of-the-box concepts that extends to her national costume, this lovely Cebuana talaga has been turning heads a lot with her fresh perspective. Behind the scenes, she is very fun to be with and she easily gets along with her fellow Miss Universe contestants and pleases the staff members of the organization with her great behavior or attitude as well. However, I cannot say the same thing about her closer preliminary performance as she was so nervous as evidenced by the trailing of her voice. I hope she was able to conquer her nerves and just treated it as a chance to showcase her personality, just like how she does it on her TikTok. Siguro naninibago lang siya guys and not used to this kind of setup, but given her huge fan base, I think it will propel her to top 16 via fan vote. At number 15 is Ivy Lou Bourbon from Pangasinan. Ever since guys I saw her in Miss Universe Philippines, ang lakas-lakas talaga ng impact ng candidate na ito sa akin. Probably she looks like Miss Universe Belgium last year. That explains my attention for her. And that's how beautiful talaga her face is in this competition. She walks well and has a strong stage presence, and it was so evident with her on-stage prelim performance the other night. Now, when it comes to her prelims interview, she appeared very congenial and sweet. This woman is very raw and can still be transformed in the next few years. Kasi talagang I see a huge potential in this girl. But for now, a top 16 call is a good placement for a job well done here in this competition. At number 14 is Dorothy Hemiland from Iloilo City. I love how this girl has been impressing me since her introduction here in Miss Universe Philippines. She is such an achiever for such a young age. Dorothy, for me, is someone who is naturally beautiful and sweet, and it is reflecting on her styling choices lately. Na elegant, sophisticated while wearing clothes that make her appear more royal. However, there are some things weighing her down here. Her inconsistency with her hair and makeup styling. Sometimes it's really a hit. It's really a hit or miss, napansin nyo. And had she been competing in another national pageant, I would have really ranked her higher there just because of the styling direction that she is going for. But overall, she has done enough to get in the top 16 at the very least. And now we go to my 13th spot and I'm giving it to AJ Japor from Lucena City. You know, I am so glad that this woman is finally getting the attention that she deserves in this competition just in the nick of time. Ang wala lang talaga dito kay AJ is the fan hype, which I feel is the only one missing as she has been holding her own against the frontrunners in this competition. I mean, guys, she was just luminous in her prelims performance, both interview and on stage the other night. Talagang girl has been very consistent, and if she can do the same thing later, she could really make it easily to top 10 as well. But for now, a top 16 call will be a huge reward for all the efforts that she has done here in Miss Universe Philippines. Now we go to my 12th spot and I'm giving it to Johnny Nietzsche from Davao del Norte. I really love this girl so much. Everything about this girl, talaga, since we discovered her interview prowess during the online challenge, is just so organic here in MUP. We did not expect that she would bloom right in front of our eyes in the past few months. That's how genuine and impactful she is as a candidate. And especially when she smiles, all the more that you will be captivated with her. And that was truly reflected on her collective prelim performance the other night. She was just beautifully styled in that lime green gown and appeared confident on swim. She is really playing that Rabia playbook to her advantage, and let's see how far this would take her. But for now, top 12 or top 10 finish at most. And now we go to my 11th spot and I'm giving it to Julia Sobier from Albay. No doubt, Julia will place high on her second try this year just by her remarkable transformation here in MUP. Have you noticed how she is more relaxed and subdued? Now in her outing here, hindi na siya ganun kagigil manalo for a change and looks more relaxed and seems to be enjoying herself here in MUP. And look at the outcome. She just shines even more, and I have to credit Aces and Queens, her camp, for taking a chance on her again and improving herself on stage. Kaya lang guys, I noticed she was still tentative with her walk during the prelims. Was she nervous or just found the prelim stage very short or very small as she wasn't able to do her walk properly? However, she shone so much during the closed-door preliminary interview with her impeccable communication skills, with her authenticity at the same time, and for that, she really deserves to get a top 16 call. And now we go to my top 10, and number 10 on my list is Vanessa Carroll from Iloilo Province. Hi guys, it really breaks my heart to put Vanessa in this position as I feel she really has tried her best to showcase herself in this competition, because I genuinely want her to place high in this competition. Unfortunately, it still is not enough to get her to top 5, at least just basing on her collective performance. If you'll ask me, I feel it's the pressure of living up to everyone's expectations as an overachiever that is diminishing her shine even in the competition. And in the category or segment of the competition where I am expecting her to excel, which is the closed-door interview, she let the pressure come into her system, which made her look so serious and tense despite sounding right and eloquent. Out of all the girls in this batch, the reason why I'm rooting for her talaga, it's because it's her whom I could relate the most, as we always strive for excellence in everything that we do. But sometimes we don't make it despite our efforts. So if Vanessa is watching this right now, I want her to come in the finals tomorrow devoid of any pressure to excel or perform and just have a great time on stage. And I think she can do it just how she did her catwalk and performed during the prelims, na she played to her strength by showcasing her ballerina twirls and styled her hair the way she looks best. Now, having this said, I am still not giving up on Vanessa. She just has to loosen up and learn to let go, perform, and shine without thinking of what others have to say. Kasi ito na yun guys Lasura, kumbaga. And now we go to my 9th spot and I'm giving it to Genesis Latugat from Baguio City. There is no doubt that this woman has stunned us from the get-go with her beauty, and catwalk skills. This girl really knows how to walk. And I just love how she has greatly styled herself in this competition. One day she looks like Ara Arida, the next day she looks like Tarina Botes, and the next day she looks like Andrea Tovar. So imagine my excitement every time that she comes out. Ganun niya talaga ako na-excite. However, for the prelims, while I love her in swim, I wish she could have chosen a gown that gives her a showcase, that could have given her a showcase of her legs or physical assets. Kasi, I feel, this is just my opinion, her gown looked lovely, but looked quite dated for me in my taste. And then over at prelims, all my excitement stops the moment she's being interviewed as things become different. There were some questions she couldn't answer directly, but in all fairness, she still appeared confident in stringing her thoughts well, and that's what is more important. But do you think it's enough to get her to top 5? For me, it's a long shot, but who knows? I am really up for pleasant surprises. And now we go to my 8th spot, and I'm giving it to Angelica Lopez from Palawan, another girl who has been registering so strong in this competition with her strong stage presence, sexy body, Filipina beauty, and great pasarela skills. For me, Janice Lobina, Samantha Bernardo, and who's this Miss Earth Philippines title holder way back in 2013, all rolled into one. Ganun ang tingin ko kay Angelica dito sa MUP. And the moment I saw this girl during the meet and greet, she easily stood out. Now, if only she could appear more natural and don't quite sound templated with her answers, she could really improve her ranking here. And now we go to my 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Dominic from Cebu province. Ay guys, it really pains me to put Lou in this position, as well as I feel she has done more than enough to give us the Dominic 2.0 that we have been expecting from her for her second try here in Miss Universe Philippines. She is just full of warmth and personality here in MUP, apart from her very great wardrobe picks and styling choices. The hot pink gown that she wore was a clever choice during prelims as it made her a standout. But it is on her communication skills which I feel could derail her chances in getting a top 5 slot, just because she sounds so pageant patty with her answers. You get that feeling that when she talks, it appears that she is just coasting through with her answers, thereby giving her much less impact compared to the rest. Now, if she could remedy this, then a top 5 slot or a top 5 finish could be a huge possibility for her. And now we go to my top 6, and I'm giving it to Kat Legato from Taguig City. So close, guys, but yet so far. This is how I am summing up Kat's MUP journey so far, as I feel she has also what it takes to win the title, as she has appeared well put together and prepared in all her performances with her great styling choices, strong stage presence, and communication skills. Yun nga lang guys, napapansin ko na sosobrahan siya minsan with her unnecessary head movement on stage, bordering to gigil already in my opinion. Not that I'm against being gigil on stage, but I hope she can quite tone it down a bit, because she is Kat Legato already, and she has to unlearn all these unnecessary movement from her previous international pageant. Now, what will determine her fate is how she will be able to communicate her thoughts on stage. And if you've seen her preliminary interview, she came out with a decent showing there. However, if you are up against stellar speakers like Annabelle, Pauline, or even Chantal, this might pose a problem. But given how her camp TCI has been on top of her training and preparation, we could really expect a top 5 finish for Kat later tonight. And now we go to my top 5, and number 5 on my list is Chantal Schmidt from Cebu City. This woman, in my opinion, deserves to be in the top 5 just because of how she has been very consistent in all aspects of the competition. A woman with a strong stage presence, banging body, grabe guys, and killer communications as well. That's what she showcased during her on-stage preliminary performance. And when she finally came out in her black velvet gown, I was like, kabog. And you all heard me say that on my footage. Napansin nyo? She was such a risk taker and it really paid off. And in terms of showmanship and stage presence, she and Celeste, I feel, are neck to neck. So that's why I love how she has been showcasing her backstory to appear more relatable despite her fierce persona on stage. When she talks, guys, napansin nyo, she easily pulls you in with her eloquence and storytelling skills. Now, if there is one minor critic I have to say, I hope to see her smile more when she walks on stage. Kasi no doubt, she already has the fashion flair and styling choices going for her, but I want her to relate more to the judges and to the masa by smiling more. And now we go to my fourth spot and I'm giving it to Michelle D from Makati City. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yup, she is in my fourth spot. There is no doubt that Michelle has been a clear front runner from the get-go with her impeccable styling and showmanship all throughout the competition. However, as the competition wore on, I am slowly seeing little cracks in her candidacy. Her pasarela skills seem bordering unnatural lately and I don't know why. Is it because of her nervousness, which I really find interesting knowing that she has been in the public eye for so long? Or is it the pressure of living up to everyone's expectations considering she is a former title holder? However, the most telling talaga is her Q&A performance, which I thought would have been a breeze for her given how she has been very conversational when it comes to interviews. And having this said, I think she will still make it to top 5. It's just a matter of controlling her nerves and giving out a coherent and substantial answer, which will ultimately determine her fate here in MUP. Feeling ko, kayang-kaya naman talaga ni Michelle wag lang siyang kabahan. And now we go to my top 3, and number 3 on my list is Annabelle McDonald from Misamis Oriental. You know how much I have adored this woman since she submitted her Kumu video online. Annabelle has really stunned me in all her outings in her Miss Universe Philippines journey, whether with her styling choices or her killer communication skills. But her evening gown performance during the prelims the other night was such a huge letdown that I still could not comprehend why she chose that gown considering that it is a make or break moment for her. From the neck up, she was beautifully styled, but the gown itself was competing against her beautiful face for our attention. Pre-prelims, guys, I mean, nakita nyo naman, di ba? She is my overall winner just because how she just radiates every time on stage. Hopefully, she can pick a beautiful gown that will really make her look more elegant, and sophisticated on stage. Qualities which we have grown to love about Annabelle over time. Now, if she reaches top 5, I know she would really kill it with her stellar communication skills, but I would like her to lessen her being verbose for a change, just so she could appear more relatable to the judges and finally seal the deal. And now we go to my first runner-up, and I'm giving it to... I'm so happy to announce this. Pauline Milos from Bohol! Thank God this woman finally rose to the occasion when it mattered the most. It's just so incredible to finally put her in this position considering how she has been underperforming during the entire season of MUP this year. And as I observed with Pauline this year, she has been very quiet with her strategy, which I liken to Pia and Shamsi's famous know when to pick strategy. Pero in Pauline's case, parang feeling ko na sobrahan naman yata ang pagiging quiet niya na hindi ko na ma-explain, na natatabunan na siya. Hers is really an interesting case as most of her contemporaries with the same situation of joining for the second time would go all out. But her, Pauline, is taking the opposite direction talaga, which has been boggling me considering that she is up against the likes of Michelle D and Celeste Cortes. However, guys, all these things changed during the prelims the other night where she finally shone with her purple evening gown and killer interview performance earlier. Because I have always been consistent in telling you guys that Pauline will really look smashing or a killer on stage if she dons a gown with less fabric to showcase her curves. And her prelims performance the other night was a step towards the right direction. Kaya please, Pauline, if you're watching this, please finally give us that wow moment on stage later. Yun na lang talaga ang iniintay namin sa'yo, to finally take up space on stage and finally own it. And now we go to my top spot, and my Miss Universe Philippines 2022 goes to Celeste Cortes. Yup, guys. Celeste, it has always been Celeste, the face that is made for the universe. I really can't help but express my admiration for this woman who has grown leaps and bounds, not just in the competition but all throughout her pageant career. She has really improved so much with her communication skills, and how she has been so authentic and unafraid to show her flaws and background. Her transformation through her styling choices has been very remarkable, and as you can see, guys, she has repackaged herself as a classy and sophisticated woman, contrary to her very sexy image before. Napansin nyo? But more than that, guys, it's really her face. That face is really snatched. That face is someone who could easily go head to head with the fierce Latinas in Miss Universe, especially if rumors are true that Telemundo will be at the forefront of the next edition of Miss Universe in a Latin country this year. Wow, parang 69th edition lang na puro pagandahan at seksihan lang ang rampahan talaga ang magiging labanan. Kung yun ang mangyayari, guys, wala na talaga dapat tayong pag-usapan. Talagang katatakutan tayo ng ibang lahi if Celeste ends up representing us in Miss Universe later this year. And I can already imagine her descending her plane, pagkakaguluhan na yan ng local media doon, especially with her strong sash factor. Diba? Na-imagine ko na, now, having this said, there are still minor things I want Celeste to improve on. As I've seen her several times in my coverages, I want her to project more warmth and relatability, especially when she is already on stage, by smiling more. Pareho sila ng problem ni Chantal for me. I really want her to win, so I want her to connect more with the judges later tonight by doing this. And if you have been looking at my video footages for quite some time, you can see what I truly mean. Overall, guys, Celeste pa rin. Minor kinks na lang ang kailangan niyang ayusin, because she really takes my breath away. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? Does it match yours? Well, guys, you notice how the girls in my top 5 are well-rounded, and the overall package in this competition, right? Hindi lang dapat magarunong rumampa, but also magaling din dapat sa communication skills or sa kudaan. And if you are checking out my top 3 right now, they also have one common denominator. Ano yun? Sa tingin nyo? For me, they are still moldable and trainable. Kasi napansin ko in the past 2 years of Miss Universe Philippines existence, it has a penchant for crowning girls who are still very raw and transformable. And they are always up to that challenge all the time. In this case, Celeste may have represented us abroad already, but you can see that there are some aspects of her candidacy that needs to be improved pa. Ganun din kina Pauline at Annabelle na marami pang pwedeng ma-improve at ayusin, katulad ng paano nila transform sina Bea at Rabia for the past 2 years. Agree ba kayo? Or even Chantal, right? Ang dami rin pwede pang ayusin kay Chantal. So guys, what do you think? On point ba tong analysis ko? May sense ba ako? Anyway, whatever it is, let me know your thoughts down below, and I can't wait to read all of them. Kung sino rin namang manok nyo for MUP. Alright guys, on my next content, may bago na tayong MUP. Grabe, ang bilis. So see you all in the coronation night later. Bye!